Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. Thank you for our time together. Right now, I want us to come to the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1, beginning with verse 5. Paul said, I remember your genuine faith, Timothy. I like that. Timothy, I remember your genuine faith. Faith for you was not a show, it was genuine. For you share the faith that first filled your grandmother Lois and your mother Eunice. And I know that same faith continues strong in you. This is why I remind you to fan into flames the spiritual gift God gave you when I laid my hands on you. There is an impartation that took place. As Paul laid his hands on young Timothy, there was an impartation of a spiritual gifting that took place. Now, not because it was Paul that laid hands on him, but because the Holy Spirit flowed through Paul. As spiritual leaders, we can be a conduit, but never a source of giftings of God. So God used Paul as a conduit, and Paul remembered what happened on that day. And he said, now, Timothy, it's not enough that there was an impartation to your life. You have to fan it into flames. Now, have you ever watched a little fire get started? And if you want the fire to be big, you sit there with a piece of cardboard and you go like this and you fan that little tiny flicker into a flame and a roaring fire, and you can cook your rice and things in the province. Now, the same thing is true with the spiritual giftings that have happened in your life. Many of you, God has imparted a talent. God has imparted an ability. God has imparted to you a spiritual gifting. And it's staying there in your life, and it's very small. It's not producing much. It's not accomplishing much. God looks at you and says, you know that gifting that was put in your life. Fan it into flames. Let it accomplish all that I wanted to accomplish. Sit down today and ask yourself, God, what is the spiritual gifting you have put in my life? And how do I develop it and make it more productive in Jesus' name?